Good evening. This is Midnight Audiobooks. Is there a message you desperately wanted to deliver to someone but never could? Today we will deliver our content in a slightly different format than usual. First, we will explain Franz Kafka's masterpiece of absurdist literature, An Imperial Message, from a special perspective. Then, in the second half of the video, you will listen to an immersive reading that allows you to fully dive into the world of the story. Usually, this story is read as a tale depicting the loneliness of a person waiting eternally by the window for a messenger who never arrives. However, today, let's decipher the terror and sorrow of this story from the perspective of the messenger who was entrusted with the message. The emperor, on his deathbed, whispers a crucial message into the ear of the messenger alone. The messenger, possessing a strong body and a strong sense of mission, begins to advance forcefully, pushing through the crowd. However, no matter how much he runs, the rooms of the palace continue infinitely, and he can never get outside. The message will never arrive. When reading this story from the messenger's perspective, what emerges is the despair of communication. When we try to convey our truly important feelings to someone, a thick wall named the palace always stands in our way. It could be the imperfection of the tool called language, or the physical and psychological distance between us and the other person. Perhaps all of us living in modern society are also imperial messengers. We wish to deliver our true feelings to that person, and we desperately try to push through the crowd of daily life, using all our words. However, blocked by the infinite stairs of misunderstandings in human relationships, the most important words cannot reach the deepest part of the other person's heart. No matter how seriously we try to convey it, there are things that will never reach. Kafka's presentation of this cold fact violently gouges our hearts. Even so, the messenger continues to run somewhere in the palace today as well. We too, while realizing somewhere in our hearts that it will never fully reach, have no choice but to continue running, weaving words and trying to deliver our feelings to someone. Now please feel with your ears the footsteps and breathing of the messenger who continues to run eternally. Franz Kafka. An Imperial Message. The emperor has sent a message to you, the humble subject. The emperor from his deathbed has sent a message to you alone. He commanded the messenger to kneel down by the bed and whispered the message to him. It was a very important message to the emperor. He attached so much importance to it that he had the messenger repeat it into his ear. And after clearing away all the people watching, he dispatched the messenger. The messenger immediately set out on his journey. He is a powerful, tireless man. Pushing with his right arm and his left, he makes a way for himself through the crowd. On his chest, the symbol of the sun shines. He moves forward faster than anyone else, but the crowd is so massive. Their living space has no end. If he could reach the open fields, how fast he would fly, and soon he would be knocking on your door. But what is the reality? He is only continuing his efforts in vain. He is still unable to escape the innermost room of the palace. Even if he managed to get out of there, nothing would change. Next, he must fight his way down the stairs. Even if he finishes going down the stairs, still nothing would change. He must cross one courtyard after another, and then pass through the second palace outside of that. Such things continue for thousands of years. And even if he finally passed through the outermost gate, no, such a thing could absolutely never happen. There still lies the massive imperial capital, the center of the world. No one can pass through this city with a message from a dead man. But you sit by the window, and when evening falls, you wait, dreaming that a message will arrive. What did you think? What undeliverable message is sleeping in your heart right now? By the way, on this channel, we have previously released a video of An Imperial Message, explained from the perspective of the one who waits. How does this story sound different, just by changing the perspective? Please listen and compare it with the previous video, and try to find your own interpretation. The link is in the description. Well then, see you again on the next night.